Joining us now from Chicago, Ahmed Rahab,
the spokesman for the Council on American Islamic Relations.
Hussam Ailoush.
Nihad Awad, he is the executive director.
Ali, the director of the Florida chapter.
The Council on American Islamic Relations.
Muslim advocates like
The
CAIR.
Council of American Islamic Relations.
Council on American Islamic
the
Relations.
Council on American Islamic Relations.
Council on American Islamic.
For those who do not understand what CAIR means for the American Muslims, I want to say that CAIR is for American Muslims what NAACP is for African Americans. Just like NAACP is fighting for the civil rights of African Americans and for their empowerments in America, CAIR is fighting for the civil rights of Muslims in America and for the empowerments of American Muslim community in the United States.
I started with CAIR as an intern in 2008. Later I joined the CAIR staff because I saw how important the work CAIR does is. With all the misinformation and hostility towards Muslims, the work CAIR does is absolutely essential for the community. Council on American Islamic Relations, this is Zahra.
Steve Gottwald of St. Cloud is trying to pass a bill that would ban any kind of headwear in driver's license pictures. He says it's a matter of safety to help law enforcement identify people easier.
The owner of a popular Twin Cities convenience store is wondering what he'll do now after arsonists burned his business.
And police want to know if the crime they're looking at is more than arson. They're concerned the fire at Blaine Dairy 2 weeks ago may be hate-driven.
As the story Fox 9 first broke last November, young Somali men vanishing off the streets of the Twin Cities.
A local rabbi is under fire today for statements he made that some say promote extremism.
Caught off guard, even frightened. That's how some Somali students tell us they felt when the FBI questioned them at school. It's part of the investigation into missing men. The FBI believes are training as terrorists.
16-year-old Mariam Abdi just wanted to make a few extra bucks before school started this fall. So she came here to Old Country Buffet and applied for a job. But she says she was never even given a shot at that job simply because she wears a scarf on her head.
Muslim employees aren't asking for special treatment. All they're asking for is that the law be followed.
So CAIR is defending our rights to be the active members of the American Muslim community. CAIR is defending our rights that at work we can use our break so we can do our prayers and not to get fired for them. CAIR is defending the rights of our sisters that they can wear the scarf and not to get fired for wearing the scarf.
Okay, I'll look into that and I'll call you next week. Assalamu alaikum. That was a new case. We get about 3 cases a week. They deal with religious discrimination and lack of accommodation, usually at work and at other public places. And surprisingly, we're seeing more cases at academic institutions. I should alert the Civil Rights Director and Communications Director about this new case.
Children need an environment that is conducive for them to grow up into confident adults. It's imperative that they understand their rights and responsibilities as American Muslims. Al-Aman School greatly values CAIR-Minnesota's work in the community. As part of the National Honor Society program, Al-Aman School students volunteer with CAIR-Minnesota to learn real-life skills like advocacy and civil rights.
Yeah, today's demonstration, Tim, echoed the message of similar protests around the world. And while they want this conflict to end, they also want humanitarian aid restored to the Gaza Strip.
We call on all people of conscience who respect international law and the sanctity of human life to condemn the U.S.-funded Israeli war crimes being committed in Gaza.
Minnesota's chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations says the FBI's comments are fueling rumors and fear.
We ask the FBI to be more specific in what they're saying so we can also understand what they're investigating, how they're finding out this information, and then the community can react to it.
Well, I think it's really scared the Somali community. You know, they're in the mosque, which is a gathering place for families, for youth, for other individuals as a place of worship, so I don't think they can even understand how this indoctrination could be taking place there.
A local Islamic rights group says his words are inexcusable.
People who value peace and, good relations and mutual respect, I think they will have a distaste of this type of statements.
Those with the Council on American Islamic Relations say this is a typical case of discrimination. Tunisia Islam says the Minnesota Human Rights Act allows employees the right to practice their religion at work. She has already reached out to Old Country Buffet to try and educate management.
We'd like to sit down with them and talk about the law. We'd like to offer our diversity training for them to understand how religious accommodation works.
An American Islamic group is concerned that the FBI is approaching people on school campuses, saying this woman and others need an attorney while talking with authorities.
We're not telling people not to go and cooperate. We want them to cooperate, but we want them to be protected.
Oh wow, it's 9 p.m. Well, alhamdulillah, we made good progress today. We closed one case. We have 15 cases that are still open, and there's always more cases coming in.
CAIR-Minnesota is an asset to Muslim children. It helps them learn how to stand up for their rights and be positive role models in society.
Brothers and sisters, CAIR is standing up for our rights, so we should stand up for CAIR. CAIR is supporting us to be active Muslims of the American community, so we should support CAIR.
There are promising aspects for the American Muslim community.
Well, you know that Mr. Obama is a Muslim. Well, the correct answer is he is not a Muslim. He's a Christian. He's always been a Christian. But the really right answer is, what if he is? Is there something wrong with being a Muslim in this country? The answer is no, that's not America. Is there something wrong with some 7-year-old Muslim American kid believing that he or she could be president?
We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop.
The great American civil rights leader, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands at moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy."